that one is crushed. See you later, baseball. A 3-run shot.
Junction City Brigade baseball is on the air.
And that one is hit high in the air out towards left. Back at the track, at the wall, and off the scoreboard out in left field.
Presented by jcpost.com. Download the new JC Post app, available to iPhone and Android users. This broadcast is copyrighted by Eagle Communications for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without express written consent of Eagle Communications is prohibited.
Good evening and welcome to Rayford Field in Junction City, Kansas. I'm Jackson Schneider on the call this evening for some Mid-Plains League baseball action. The Junction City Brigade enter tonight's contest 11-7 overall and in first place in the Mid-Plains League. They'll play host to the Lawrence Travelers. Lawrence currently just 5-12 on the season, but come in with a little bit of momentum. They had a tough loss last night, but these two teams have played some close games in the past, and we certainly expect nothing less here this evening. Two head coaches down at home plate right now exchanging their starting lineups, which we'll get to here in just a moment. But Junction City coming off of a game nearly a week ago now, thanks to some rainouts. They never got the chance to play this week, but Junction City is, again, 11-7 on the season. Their last time out, they played on June 26th, a 4-3 walk-off win over the Topeka Golden Giants, where Junction City trailed 3-0 after the first two innings, but would come back with one in the seventh, one in the eighth, and Gus Freeman would hit a 2-run RBI double to win the game and help Junction City sweep that doubleheader on Saturday by scores of 4-0 and again 4-3. So that's where Junction City comes into things, while Lawrence comes in after last night's defeat from the Kansas City Monarchs, who defeated the Travelers 8-5. That game was tied heading into the bottom of the seventh, but the Kansas City Monarchs scored 3 in the bottom half of that seventh inning to take the lead, and they would not relinquish it in the contest. Last night, the Travelers used 6 pitchers in a tough outing for their pitching squad, and they'll have to rely on some deep pitching from their starter tonight and hope that they can get a good distance out of him, because they don't have a lot of depth in the bullpen, much like the Brigade do, so it could become a challenge if Junction City gets into their bullpen. It'll be Chase Torkelson on the mound for the Travelers tonight, while Tristan Wolfe gets the start for Junction City this evening. We'll go ahead and take our first time out here tonight, and when we return, we will have starting lineups and a whole lot more here from Rayford Field in Junction City.
There's no smoking. Please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Another reminder, it is dollar hot dog night while supplies last at the concession stand. Please welcome to the field your Junction City Brigade.
Welcome back to Raythard Field in Junction City, Kansas. I'm Jackson Schneider. Just about set for action here this evening, so let's get into our starting lineups first. For the visiting Lawrence Travelers, leading off and playing second base, number 8, Junction City native Jojo Nieves. And batting second, the right fielder, number 25, Bryce Mitchell. Batting third is the third baseman, number 35, Jackson Recco. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 20, Austin Ham. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 9, Dagan Brady. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 10, Cole Conklin. Batting seventh, number 23, at first base, Hank Dobson. While the left fielder, batting eighth, is number 15, Chase Pearson. Rounding out the lineup in the 9 slot, the center fielder, number 17, Brennan Johnson. One more time for Lawrence, it will be Nieves, Mitchell, Recco, Ham, Brady, Conklin, Dobson, Pearson, and Johnson. And the starting pitcher for the Lawrence Travelers is Chase Torkelson. On the other side of things, Junction City will be led off by the shortstop, number 7, Cade Graff. Batting second and catching, number 5, Gus Freeman. Batting third at third base, number 14, Price Allman. In the cleanup spot, the designated hitter, number 35, Dalton Nelson. Batting fifth at first base, number 38, Casey Stewart. Batting sixth in right field, number 22, Garrett Redden. Batting seventh at second base, number 32, Joe Kinderberg. Batting eighth in left field, number 18, Jace Essig. And batting ninth in center field for Junction City, number 13, Thomas Beiswagner. The starting pitcher for the Junction City Brigade is Tristan Wolfe, and he gets us ready for action right here. First pitch is shot over to third base, gloved by Price Allman, and a toss on to first for out number 1.
Now batting number 25.
One pitch, one out. About as efficient as you can hope for from Tristan Wolfe. 5-3 in your scorebooks if you're keeping track at home. And that will bring up Bryce Mitchell. He's in right field today. Takes a strike on the outside edge. And we are back for the second batter. Tonight is a beautiful evening here in Junction City. 82 degrees with a slight breeze as we are just underway. Now it's 0-2 as Mitchell watches the second one fly past. The breeze tonight is from the east-northeast, so blowing in a little bit at about 7 to 10 miles per hour. 0-2 delivery here is just a hair outside from Wolfe, and it goes to 1-2. But Junction City just happy to be playing baseball. They haven't played in a week, thanks to all the rain that we've had in the area over the last few days. Several games were rained out as strike 3 is called on the inside edge, and Tristan Wolfe is off and running. His first strikeout of the night is one that goes backwards in the book, and it brings Recco with 2 down in the top of the first. Junction City, although they haven't played in a week, is still theoretically rolling with a lot of momentum. 11-7 overall in Mid-Plains League play, and in first place overall. Just to run through those standings, Junction City is in first. The Midwest A's are in second at 10-5, as ball 1 is low and out from Wolfe here. In third place, the Sabetha Bravos at 10-8. And the Topeka Golden Giants are in the 4 slot at 8-12 overall. Ground ball over to shortstop, gloved by Graff, throwing plenty of time. And a effortless top of the first for Tristan Wolfe. 3 up, 3 down. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the bottom of the first in a moment. No score here on jcpost.com. Back for the bottom of inning number 1 here in Junction City. The Brigade and the Lawrence Travelers scoreless as the Brigade get their first shot here in a moment. Tristan Wolfe with a very quick top of the first with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. And now his offense will get out there and look for a hot start. They'll have Cade Graff, Gus Freeman, and Bryce Allman. Should anyone get on, then that would bring Dalton Nelson to the plate. As Cade Graff steps up here to Benny and the Jets. First pitch from Traveler starting pitcher Chase Torkelson is low and outside, so ball 1 as Cade, with a deep breath, steps back into the batter's box. And he will take a good swing at this one to center, but playable for Johnson. He'll step back a few and haul it in for out number 1. That brings up Gus Freeman, who a week ago now was the hero for the Brigade, or just about a week ago. Back on the 26th, he hit an RBI double, a 2 RBI double, to walk off the win for the Brigade back against the Topeka Golden Giants, and he'll hope for some similar results here this evening. And he will take a first pitch ball, that one a little bit low, off of the hand of Chase Torkelson. Gus is native of Leawood, Kansas. Comes to the Brigade by way of Cowley County, and he will chop one up the middle, and it'll hit off the heel of the glove of the shortstop, Dagan Brady. That'll be an infield single, the first hit of the game. So 1 on and 1 out for Bryce Allman. And Price has been a pretty solid hitter for the Brigade so far this season. One of the top batters on the team. Last time out, he was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Breaking ball swung on and missed there. So 0-1 in the first time tonight that Chase Torkelson has been ahead in the count. Runner goes, and that will be fouled off to the right side. Hit and run was the call there all the way. It'll be 0-2, and Freeman will have to backtrack back to first base. You see Coach Brandon Bacher over on the left side of the infield there, the coach's box. I guess he's just out of frame right now, but very aggressive is Coach Bacher, especially early. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of speed. Likes to use it to try and get ahead early, get his pitchers some breathing room. 1-2 pitch coming, and it is swung on and missed as Torkelson actually fell as he delivered the pitch, but it was missed by Allman, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, number 35, Dalton Nelson.
Brings up Dalton Nelson, the designated hitter, in the cleanup role. Against Topeka on Saturday, 2 for 5 with a run scored was Dalton. He'll step in here and try to keep the inning afloat with 2 down. Bit of a fake out there from Freeman. He took 2 hard steps like he was going. Nelson didn't offer at the pitch, takes a strike, and it's 0-1 here with 2 down. Throw over to first, not quite in time. Did have Freeman sweating a little bit there briefly. And another bluff on the stolen base as the pitch is high and tight for ball 1. So Nelson draws even. That is slapped right up the middle off of the mound, and the shortstop, Dagan Brady, catches it in midair and steps right on second base for the force out to retire the side. So Junction City gets no runs on one hit, no errors. They strand one, and we are scoreless after one. We'll take a short break and be back with the top of the second in a moment here on jcpost.com.
Official game ball sponsor is Call Valley Engineering. Now batting, number 20, Austin Ham.
It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Lawrence. Here at the top of the second, no score. Austin Ham, Dagan Brady, and Cole Conklin against Tristan Wolfe, who was spotless in the top of the first inning, retired the side in order as the first pitch here is popped straight up. Played by the catcher Freeman. Now he's called off by Stewart, and the first baseman will make the catch in foul territory for out number 1.
Now batting, number 9, Dagan Brady.
That brings up Dagan Brady. Brady made the play to end the inning when the Brigade were batting. Fielded a tough hop and stepped right on second base for the third out. He takes a strike here. Brady out of Neosho County Community College. Takes a pitch high and tight. It's 1-1. Easy ground ball over to Graff. Long throw, a little bit high, but the tall first baseman Stewart reaches up and grabs it, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, number 10, Cole Conklin.
And that brings up the designated hitter for the Travelers, Cole Conklin. And Conklin comes to the Travelers out of Barton County Community College. First pitch he sees is a check swing. Did he go? They say no on the appeal down to the first base umpire. It'll be ball 1. Wolfe works with a lot of pace, and he gets another quick swing here. Ground ball over to shortstop, and again, Graff makes the play 6-3, and another spotless inning for Tristan Wolfe. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Through an inning and a half, we're scoreless here from Raythard Stadium. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Armed Forces Insurance, our mission is you. Central National Bank, Money for Life. And Cloud County Community College. Please return foul balls to the concession stand for approved menu items.
Back in action here for the home half of inning number 2, Junction City and Lawrence. Scoreless so far as some fireworks off in the neighborhood to the east. Wakes us up a little bit. Casey Stewart ahead in the count 1-0 and now makes it 1-1 as a big swing and miss at a hanging breaking ball. He just couldn't quite hold up on it. Junction City got a infield single in the bottom of the first. Wasn't able to get anything from it. Now Stewart in the hole 1 and 2 here as that breaking ball gets him out early once again. That one's upstairs and he watches it fly right past him about nose high. So we'll settle back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. And ball 3 just misses. Torkelson wanted it as he stepped off the mound with a little bit of swagger there. Shakes his head as he regains it, and the 3-2 pitch comes here. Breaking ball, and that one is slapped hard down the line and foul into the Junction City bullpen down there. One of the fellas scoops it up and sends it back down the way. So we'll do the 3-2 pitch again here. And that's ball 4, low and out. And so Casey Stewart works the leadoff walk. That's the first free pass of the game. And it brings up Garrett Redden. A couple of home runs to his credit so far in the summer. Another one here could bust it open for the Brigade. But with the runner on first, maybe just looking to start a rally here with nobody out. First pitch is low and in. It skips away from the catcher. Stewart's going to run on it, and he is out at second base. A nice play there, recovering from the catcher Ham. Right on the dot to JoJo Nieves at second base, and Casey Stewart is wiped clean with the caught stealing. Nice play there. Now 1 gone, and is a much different situation for Redden there just at the drop of a hat. He does take a ball in. But now instead of trying to move the runner over, he's just trying to get himself on base. And a check swing can't hold up in time. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Redden, a Sealy, Texas native, skies this one to shallow left. Shortstop going out, and he will make the catch, does Dagan Brady, for out number 2. In front of the oncoming left fielder, but he calls him off for the out. That brings up Joe Kinderberg. Joe is the second baseman this evening. The first pitch Joe sees is a knee-high fastball. He was taking all the way, and it's 0-1. That one was just a touch outside. Nicely watched by Kinderberg. Bent over at the waist to follow that one all the way into the catcher's glove. Takes a big rip here, and it's 1-2. Already, I've noticed each of these 2 pitchers, both Wolfe for the Brigade and Torkelson here for the Travelers, work with a lot of pace as a breaking ball is offered at and missed. The second strikeout of the game for Torkelson retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And the caught stealing wipes the walk off the base paths. We head now to the top of the third, still scoreless here in Junction City. I'm Jackson Schneider, and this is Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
Another reminder, it is Dollar Hot Dog Night while supplies last at the concession
Back for the top of inning number 3 here in Junction City. Still scoreless. Tristan Wolfe goes right to work as this one is floated out towards left and dropping just in front of the diving Jace Essig. That'll be a lead-off double for Hank Dobson, the first hit of the game for the Travelers.
Now batting number 15, Chase Pearson.
So good start for the Lawrence Travelers, and it brings Chase Pearson up to the plate with a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. Both of Junction City's base runners have yet to reach second base. Both of them have been recorded out at second base, in fact. There's a bit of a cutting fastball. Gets outside, and it's 1-0 here to Chase Pearson. Dobson went right to work the second pitch of the inning, and he floated it just over the line. Strike taken here, and it's 1-1. Jace Essig, who has good speed and good range and left there, tried to chase it down, dove, and just couldn't quite come up with it. Kept it in front of him, though. And so Dobson was only able to get to second base. Whereas if that got past Essig, that could have been disastrous for the Brigade. There's a ground ball over to third. Allman looks the runner back, throws over to first, and that is in plenty of time for out number 1.
Now batting number 17, Brennan Johnson.
Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Brennan Johnson. Johnson steps up, a native of Topeka, Kansas. Currently a Baker Wildcat in the NAIA in the Heart of America Conference. Wild pitch there, skips in front of home plate and past Gus Freeman. It'll bring the runner Dobson over to third base. And that is the first wild pitch of the game for Tristan Wolfe. Puts a runner over on third, though, with just one down, so a fly ball could bring a run home here. Creates a bit of a sticky situation for Tristan Wolfe, who had worked almost effortlessly through the first 2 innings. 1-0 is delivered, and it is a strike right down Broadway to Johnson. Johnson pitched 2 innings last night for the Lawrence Travelers. Can pitch and play the infield, and the outfield. Sort of a utility player, as he's actually in center field this evening. But he pitched 2 innings and allowed 4 earned runs. Got the loss last night as he swings and misses at strike 2 here. He did strike out 1, but walked 4. Did Johnson. He'll chop one over to second base. That'll bring the run home. So a productive out there for Brennan Johnson, but it is out number 2. He'll get an RBI out of it.
Number 8, JoJo Nieves.
And that brings up the top of the order in a 1-0 Travelers ball game. JoJo on the first pitch of the game grounded out to third. Shows bunt here and fouls it off. But of all the visiting players that see action here at Raythert Stadium, JoJo unquestionably is the most comfortable here. Spent many a days with the Blue Jays here, and of course over on the football field as well at Al Simpler Stadium. Makes his return home. The count even 1-1 with 2 down here in the third. We'll swing and get this one off the handles, but still carry it pretty good. All the way out to Thomas Beiswagner, who makes the catch to end the inning. But the Travelers get on the board. They get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and leave no one on base. We head to the bottom of inning number 3 here in just a moment on jcpost.com.
And course distributor. Catch a cold one. High-tech interiors have provided the...
Hey fans, what? Sorry. Hey Brigade fans, I'm out here with Camden and Callan, and they're going to play the bouncy ball race, okay?
Now batting number 18, Jace Essig.
It'll be 8-9 and 1 for the Brigade here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lawrence leads it 1-0. Jace Essig takes a big swing at that first pitch from Chase Torkelson. Comes up empty. It's 0-1. That one will skip into the catcher's mask, taken for a ball, evens the count up. The Travelers got their 1 run in that last half inning off of a leadoff double, a wild pitch, and then a sacrifice ground out. That one's sharply grounded over to third, but the play will be made by Jackson Reckow. So a quick first out there. And Thomas Beiswagner steps up now, trying to start a rally. First pitch from Torkelson will be swung on and missed. Chase Torkelson looked like he might get hit around a little bit in the first inning, as this one's popped out of play over into the general's quarters. But he has rebounded quite nicely after giving up that 1-out single in the top of the first. Has struck out 2, walked 1, but no one has reached second base thanks to some good defense behind him. And the 0-2 taken in the turf, 1-2. Thomas Beiswagner was 1 for 4 with an RBI on Saturday, and there's a base hit right there. Just laces it into right field. A 1-out single, the second of the game for Junction City.
Now batting number 7, Cade Graff.
Brings up the top of the order, and Cade Graff, who flew out to center back in the first. So he will look for his first hit of the game and try and start something up for Junction City, who trails 1-0. Foul ball right back into the screen in front of us. It was a forgettable day in Major League Baseball for the Kansas City Royals today. They got taken behind the woodshed by the Boston Red Sox. It was 15-1 the final score. Royals have now lost, I believe, 9 straight games. There's a ball taken there by Graff. Other scores throughout the major leagues that have gone final. The Texas Rangers, 8-3 winners over the Oakland A's. Runner goes. Pitch taken, throw is in time, but sliding right under it is Thomas Beiswagner, and he will have the first steal of the game and be the first Brigade player to reach second base. Chicago White Sox defeated the Minnesota Twins 8-5 in an AL Central tilt. The Seattle Mariners get their 43rd win of the season, 7-2 over the Toronto Blue Jays. That's all that's gone final so far. A couple of games still in progress. We'll keep you updated as they go. A couple of other games in Mid-Plains League action tonight as well. Ground ball over to third. And we've got ourselves a pickle, but it skips away. And so Beiswagner will get over to third on what will likely be ruled an error on the fielder's choice as well. As the 5-4 fielder's choice did not record an out, and it allowed Beiswagner to get over to third base. As they tried to force him into a rundown, but Jojo Nieves at second base didn't cleanly catch the ball. And now the Brigade have runners at the corners and just one out. And fly ball into right on the first pitch, caught by Mitchell. There's going to be a play at the plate, but just ahead of the throw is Beiswagner, who scores on the sac fly by Gus Freeman for the second out of the inning. So that ties the game at 1 apiece. Runner on first with 2 down. And Price Allman steps up. He'll take a strike on the outside edge here. Junction City, a nice response after giving up the game's first run in the top half. Comes right back with it. And that one is well struck, but playable again for the center fielder, Brennan Johnson. He'll make the catch. And the inning is over. So before I get too far into that analysis, we'll take a quick break. Junction City gets 1 run on 1.
Number 25, Bryce Mitchell.
It'll be Bryce Mitchell, Jackson Reckow, and Austin Ham. For Lawrence in the top of the fourth, we're knotted up at 1 apiece as each team got one in the third. And the first pitch is lined at the face of Price Allman, and in self-defense, he sticks the glove up and comes up with the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, number 35, Jackson Reckow.
One thing about Tristan Wolfe, he works quickly, but he has been very efficient pitching-wise tonight, at least through now 3 1/3, as Reckow steps up. Through 3 1/3, Tristan has thrown now, after the strike there, just 29 pitches in the game. He has been putting it right where the hitters at least want to go after it, and he's gotten a lot of help from his defense, with the exception of just 1 hit. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Reckow. And he will swing and pop this one up into medium depth left center. Bryce Wagner tracks over and makes the play in plenty of time as he dances around with it a little bit. And there's 2 gone. So Austin Ham steps up with 2 down. Ham popped out his first time up, caught by the first baseman Casey Stewart, and a nice breaking ball taken for a strike. Tristan Wolfe, can't say enough about him so far. Just 1 strikeout, but with that 1 hit, he has been a lights out so far. Same pitch there, it's 0-2 now. Tristan with a long look in, now makes the pitch, and it is high and tight. Comes up and in on the face of Austin Ham, but he doesn't even flinch at it. He's a catcher himself, so he's used to that one. Makes it 1-2. And strike 3 is called, and Ham is rung up looking. The second strikeout of the game for Tristan Wolfe. And it ends the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head now to the bottom half of inning number 4, knotted up at 1 apiece. You're listening to Junction City Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
Waco, railcar, repair, and maintenance.
Nelson, followed by Casey Stewart and Garrett Redden. And the first pitch from Chase Torkelson is in the dirt, and it skips away from the catcher for ball 1. Dalton grounded out to shortstop to end the bottom of the 1st, and back-to-back pitches skip in front of home plate. And it's 2-0. So Dalton, Reddy's back in the box here. 2-0 is a little bit low and a little bit outside as well. So right in the driver's seat is Dalton Nelson. Torkelson has walked 1 so far today. And you can call that one a strike. A little bit further inside than the previous pitch, but not by much. Torkelson does get the call there. Makes it 3-1. Now Nelson takes a big swing at that one and comes up empty. It's just like that, the count is full. Nice rally in the last 2 pitches from Torkelson. We'll see what Nelson can do. And he will chase after one in the dirt. And that'll be a strikeout for Torkelson. A very nice recovery after 3 straight balls out of the zone to start the AB. Throws 3 straight strikes, and there's 1 gone. So that brings up Casey Stewart. Reached on a walk, but was caught stealing. His only time up so far. And that one will miss as well. Torkelson has struck out 3 now, walked just 1, and has given up 2 hits, so he hasn't had a bad game either. This has been quite the pitcher's duel so far, but each team able to just manufacture a run in the 3rd inning. 1-1 pitch now. Another breaking ball and another swing and miss. And we see a similar trend really with every batter now, that off-speed pitch has just been tough to track off of the hand of Torkelson, as ball 2 just misses, much to the chagrin of a grunting Travelers dugout off on the first base side. And that'll be fouled right back at us. Got some flinches below. Unfortunately, there is a screen in front of us. Might have had to use the fans in front of me as some shields to protect the equipment on that one, if not for the screen. And another breaking ball swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts by Chase Torkelson. He's got 4 Ks now. And Garrett Redden comes up with nobody on and 2 out in a tie game. First pitch to Redden is smacked over to 3rd, but gloved by Reckow, and the throw is in plenty of time. So the Brigade go without a fight, really, in the bottom of the 4th, and we are still tied at 1 apiece. We head now to the top of the 5th in just a moment. You're listening to Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
Proud supporters of Junction City Baseball. Please return foul balls to the concession stand for approved menu items. And another reminder that tonight is Dollar Hot Dog Night while supplies last. Now batting, number 9, Dagan Brady.
Knotted in a 1-1 tie, we head now to the top of inning number 5. Dagan Brady leads it off for the Lawrence Travelers and takes a strike off of the hand of Tristan Wolfe, who has worked a solid effort so far. 1 run on 1 hit. And strike 2 delivered at the knees there. And I mentioned the efficiency of Tristan Wolfe. He had thrown just 34 pitches. Make it 35 now, as that one's fouled out of play, and we'll do the 0-2 count one more time. But through 4 innings, having thrown really just 30 pitches, his incredible efficiency has gotten a lot of first pitch outs. As that one a little bit wild, but a nice save by the catcher, Gus Freeman. And it's 1-2. But just 2 strikeouts for Tristan so far, but he hasn't really needed the punch out because the Travelers hitters haven't been able to do much with anything he's offered them. Really just a couple of well-hit balls, and one of them dropping for a hit that turned into a run. And strike 3 there, so that's the 3rd K of the game for Wolfe on that one. This is the first one of the swinging variety. That brings up Cole Conklin. Conklin grounded out to shortstop, his first time up, so he is 0 for 1 on the night. He'll take a pitch just a little bit outside there as the hat comes off of Tristan Wolfe. He's got that long, flowy hair. Sometimes you just can't keep it tamed. .1-0 breaks right on in there. And that curveball is working wonders for him today. Comes to the Brigade by way of Dodge City Community College. Has played many a game in the state of Kansas. Is another one delivered right to the belt level of Conklin, and it's 1-2. Very competitive baseball conference is the KJCCC. Bit of a mouthful to list off the abbreviation. Ball misses outside, and it's 2-2. Two offering just a touch outside. Wolfe wanted Conklin to go after it, but Conklin keeps the bullet in the chamber. So we go full for what I believe is the first 3-2 count of the game, pitched by Tristan Wolfe. And that one just a touch low for the first walk of the night as well from Wolfe.
Now batting, number 23, Hank Dobson.
That brings up Dobson, who's really been the only player to get to Tristan Wolfe so far tonight. He floated a hit down the left field line that dropped just in front of a diving Jace Essig and was able to get to second. He then moved over to third on a wild pitch and scored on a ground out to second base. Takes a first pitch ball here. Pick off over to first. Stewart gloves it, but doesn't even apply a tag as Conklin steps back onto the bag in plenty of time. That one slapped down the left field line. This one will get out of play, however. Makes the count 1-1. As I was talking about earlier, Junction City sits in first place in the Mid-Plains League standings. Lawrence currently in 6th place. So if the season were to end right now, they would slide into the final playoff spot in the Mid-Plains League, as that one will hit Hank Dobson. Skipped off the hand of Wolfe and bounced and hit the ankle of Dobson. So now, back-to-back free passes from Wolfe.
Number 15, Chase Pearson.
And there's runners on first and second, and just one out. Prime opportunity here for the Travelers, who could really use a couple of wins. Check swing, that's outside for ball 1. And the command starting to slip a little bit here from Tristan Wolfe and the last few batters. Lawrence just 2 wins behind Baldwin in the standings. They're 7-9 overall are the Blues. Topeka Golden Giants 1 step further with 8 wins on the season in 20 games. Bit of a log jam at the 2-3 spot. Really 1, 2, and 3 with Junction City 11-7. Midwest at 10-5. and Sabetha at 10 and 8. So outside of those three, there's room for the bottom half really to try and get hot here down the home stretch, as we're just a few weeks away now from the postseason. Two-0 pitch on the inside edge makes it 2-1 for Tristan Wolfe now. He could really use an out of any kind. A ground ball to the middle of the infield would really be the most beneficial. It could end the inning with the double play, but if you're Wolfe, you just want to get something here. As that one is sent into left center by Swagner. Will track it down. He'll make the throw to third. It's on target, but sliding in safely, as it actually was just a step or so off the bag, was Conklin. Staying at first was Dobson. So there's an out. 2 down and runners on the corners for Brennan Johnson, the center fielder and the 9-hole hitter for Lawrence this evening. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, but he does have an RBI on the sacrifice ground out. Brought home the lone run of the game so far for Lawrence. Runner down to second, and no throw from Gus Freeman, so a stolen base for Hank Dobson puts 2 ducks on the pond. And both of them now into scoring position. Base hit could give them a 2-run advantage. The 1-0 pitch low and inside, and it's 2-0. If you're Wolfe, a walk isn't the worst thing in the world, but you'd rather just get out of this jam here and now. And gets a strike there, taken by Johnson. It's 2-1. Wolfe comes set, and that's slapped foul for strike 2. And he's 1 pitch away from getting out of it, if he can find one here. Two-two pitch coming from the righty, and again it's slapped foul. It'll get out of play and off into the trees behind the concourse. And as I look off to my left, I see a pretty good crowd here at Raythert Field tonight. Of course, the fantastic weather after a few days of rain has to impact that. Everybody itching to get out here and not get rained on. Two-two pitch again from Tristan Wolfe. Slapped over to the right side. Gloved by the second baseman, Kinderberg. Throw on to first, and the side is retired. So, nothing comes of the 2 free passes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Travelers. We head now to the bottom of inning number 5 in a moment. You're watching Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
Hey guys, we're back again with another game. I've got Madison, Charlotte, Case, and Tyler, and they're going to play the balloon toss game. Oh! Well, we have winners, Case and Tyler. Good job, guys.
Brigade fans, join us this Saturday, July 3rd, for our next home game at 7 p.m. We will be taking on the Lawrence Travelers. Now batting, number 32, Joe Kinderberg.
Back for the bottom of the fifth here, knotted in a 1-1 tie. Junction City will have Joe Kinderberg lead it off. First pitch swinging is Joe, and he comes up empty as this pitcher's duel continues. Chase Torkelson has struck out 4 and walked 1 through 4. And it's strike 2 on the outside edge, right on the black. And so Kinderberg in a hole here to start the inning. Breaking ball off the end of the bat, and it will be caught by a diving Bryce Mitchell. Lays out to make the grab for the first out, and he robs a hit from Joe Kinderberg.
Now batting, number 18, Chase Essig.
You can put a star in your scorebook next to that one. Perhaps the play of the game so far. And that will bring up Jace Essig, and Jace takes a pitch low and in. It skips back to the screen for ball 1. Second pitch misses by a hair. Ham couldn't cleanly catch or frame it, so probably that's why home plate umpire didn't give him the call. 2-0 pitch now is popped up. It'll get out of play off on that first base side, and that's 2 balls and 1 strike. Essig is a native of Paradise, Texas, comes to the Brigade from Emporia State, the alma mater of head coach Brandon Bacher. Good representation of Hornets on the squad. Of course, Bacher also played at Western Nebraska Community College, and a good contingent of players from Western Nebraska as well. Ball 3 misses, and we'll have a full count here, and that will be popped high in the air towards right center. Tracking over is Mitchell, and he makes the catch amid the distraction of the landing helicopter back behind him. But 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Weiswagner takes the first pitch as the breaking ball never really came back down, so it's 1-0. Swings there, and it skips off the roof up above us. 1-1. Other games across the league tonight. There are a few. Baldwin City is taking on the Sabetha Bravos. That game played in Hiawatha. And that one's sent to center and caught by Brennan Johnson. So we'll stop right there and go back into the schedule in the next half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head now to the top of inning number 6. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Official game ball sponsor is Call Valley Engineering. Smoky Valley Seeds, your hometown Pioneer seed dealer.
center. Still out on the mound for the Brigade is Tristan Wolfe. A bunt dropped down by Nieves. It's tracking towards the line, and it will get foul. And a heads-up play by Price Almond to let that one travel just a little bit, as if he fielded it before he let it just roll, it would have been an infield single for Nieves on the bunt. So just an interesting strike. Tristan Wolfe, as I mentioned, still on the mound, has pitched 5 innings. Allowed just 1 run, as that one is a slow hopper to short. Throwing on the run is Cade Graff, and just by a hair does he record the out ahead of JoJo Nieves. 6-3 on the putout there. Tough play, as Nieves had pretty good speed. And it looks like we may have a
Travelers, number 7.
pinch hitter. First pitch to the pinch hitter, who will have to do some investigative journalism on who exactly that is. Looks like Ray. We'll have to find his first name, as the live stats feed on Game Changer just has his first initial, which is B, so I guess we can guess. But the roster that I was given from the Travelers actually doesn't have a number 7 or a Ray on the roster, so we'll have to figure this one out on the fly. The 2-1 is a little bit on that outer edge, just does get the call. A little bit of a late trigger from the home plate umpire. Evens the count at 2-2.
There you go.
And strike 3 on that one. Another strikeout from Tristan Wolfe. That is his 4th of the game. So that will bring up Jackson Reckow, and he will first pitch hack and send it foul and out of play down the right field line. And that pitch will be on the inner half, in for strike 2. So 0-2, and Tristan Wolfe, after a bit of a troublesome 5th inning, has rebounded quite nicely and is a pitch away from 6 complete and a quality start. And the jinx is on me, as that one's laced into right field for a 2-out hit from Jackson Reckow. Brings up the catcher, Austin Ham, who was struck out looking his last time up. And he'll try and keep the inning churning here, as we're still knotted in a 1-1 tie. Each team with 1 run on 2 hits. Lawrence with an error. Junction City has yet to record a mistake to this point. Another slider in for a strike as Wolfe drops that one in there. Ground ball over to Graff at shortstop. He'll toss on to second, and Kinderberg will haul it in. That'll end the inning. So nothing comes of the 2-out hit. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the 6th, still knotted up at 1-1. Back in a moment here on jcpost.com. Back for the bottom of the 6th here in Junction City. Brigade and the Travelers knotted up at 1 apiece. The Brigade will have the top of the order, though, and try and scratch across the run here. It'll be Cade Graff, Gus Freeman, and Price Allman. Should anyone get on and bring up the cleanup hitter in Dalton Nelson. Chase Torkelson still on the mound, and his first pitch skips into the mask of the catcher, Austin Ham. And that one will ring his bell. He'll need a moment. He's taken a couple of shots so far in this game, so we'll take a breather here. Good long look. Even Coach Bacher coming in to check on Ham. You see quite frequently, though, that catchers do take a beating, obviously being where they are. Get pitches off the face, they get hit by bats, foul balls, you name it. That's your Iron Man. A lot of toughness goes along with that position. Shown here by Ham as he just shakes it off, and we're back to action. And another one skips low. This time he tries to pick it out of the dirt while getting his body out of the way. You can see that he didn't want that to happen on back-to-back pitches. And that'll be grounded up the middle. Scooped up by the shortstop. Throw on to first for out number 1. Dagan Brady makes the play, and that starts off the bottom of the 6th. Gus Freeman up now, looking for his second hit of the ball game. Gus 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. He brought home the tying run in the bottom of the 3rd, his last time up. Quite regularly, Gus is the spark man. And another ground ball to shortstop here, though. It'll have to wait till next time, as back-to-back 6-3 putouts have 2 out and nobody on. So Price Allman steps up next. Third baseman for the Brigade. As this game has worked along with quite some pace, mostly because of the stellar pitching, and this one in on the hands is grounded over to third. The throw will pull the first baseman off, and an error on Jackson Reckow will keep the inning going. So that goes down as E5, second error of the game for the Travelers. And it brings up Dalton Nelson, a guy with a little bit of power. And sometimes those 2-out errors can come back and haunt you. We'll see if Nelson makes him pay. Dalton so far tonight 0 for 2. He has grounded out to shortstop, and he has struck out swinging. Torkelson looking to get out of it here. Pitch himself 6 innings of 1-run ball. And the first pitch to Nelson is chopped foul over towards the Brigade dugout for strike 1. Looks like that might have stung a little bit right on the neck of the bat. You can usually feel that in your hands. Dalton takes a little walk around behind home plate, straps back on the batting gloves, and we're ready to go. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2 on Nelson. So Torkelson just working right along. He has done exactly what the Travelers needed tonight. After using 6 different pitchers last night, they needed some length out of their starter, and that's exactly what he has provided. 0-2 was fouled back out of play, so we'll have to do it again. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another strikeout from Torkelson. So the 2-out error doesn't come back to haunt the Travelers. And the Brigade strand 1. No runs, no hits on an error and a man left. And through 6 complete, we are tied at 1 apiece. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the top of the 7th in a moment here on jcpost.com.
Money for Life. Valley View Senior Life, a senior living campus located in the heart of the Flint Hills.
Back for the top of the 7th here in Junction City, tied at 1 as Tristan Wolfe delivers a ball high to Dagan Brady. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Lawrence Travelers here in the 7th inning. And the 1-0 is swung on and missed. He didn't want to go, but couldn't hold up in time. Could Dagan Brady. That's slapped over to third. And it is just foul, just barely to the left of that third base bag. And lucky there for the Brigade as it skipped off the glove of Price Allman. It'll just be the second strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Dagan Brady as we kick off the final third of this ball game. And that is shot into left and past a diving Jace Essig. And so Brady will chase into second base. He will hold up there safely. But I believe that is just the 3rd hit of the game, and it is for the Travelers. Is the second double in almost the same exact fashion. The first one was back in the 3rd inning where Hank Dobson laced one that way and passed Essig just barely. It skipped past him maybe by about 3 feet, allowed Dobson to get over to second base, and he would eventually come in to score on a sacrifice ground out. So now a runner on second, nobody out here for Cole Conklin. Or rather, actually, another pinch hitter. That'll be Rance stepping in. So the second replacement in the contest. And he fouled the first pitch off, so Rance will step up. And now he'll line this one into center field right in front of Beiswagner, who delivers a strike home, so it keeps the runner at third. But now a little bit of a sticky situation here as Rance delivers the pinch hit base hit. And there's runners on the corners and just 1 out. Coach Brandon Bacher is going to come out of the dugout and rally the troops here and try and see if we can't figure out how to get out of this. There has been a little bit of action in the Brigade bullpen already this evening, but wouldn't appear that it was really anything of note. No one's warming up currently, just some stretching from the guys over on the bench down there. So Bacher probably just trying to see what advice he can offer to get an out or two without letting this one get out of hand. So the double and the single have led to runners on the corners here. But those two hits have really been the first time that Lawrence at any point has put the Brigade in danger. The first double by Dobson, of course, he came around to score, but it wasn't because Wolfe was getting hit around. It took a wild pitch. And then Andrew, just now, I'm just learning that is Andrew Rance over on first, not just Rance. Thanks to my broadcast assistant here helping me out. But as I was saying, I took a ground out and a wild pitch to bring home the last run as the runner goes down to second, and Rance will be thrown out stealing. He tried to backtrack because he was out by so much. He didn't even go into his slide. Tried to hold up and run back to first, but Cade Graff would apply the tag for the first out, and that is huge for the Brigade to get that caught stealing. So now you got an out and a runner on third. You'll have to go right after Hank Dobson here. Dobson swings and misses at that one, evens the count at 1-1. Over on third, of course, is Dagan Brady. A correction, that is strike two. The first pitch was a strike. The scoreboard had it as a ball. But instead it is 0-2, and that one will be shot into right field. And Hank Dobson with a nice, easy floater brings home a run, and a big one there makes it 2-1. So the Travelers retake the lead
number 15.
here in the top of the seventh. So Chase Pearson comes up, runner on first and one down. And Wolfe pulls that one a little bit into the opposite batter's box, so it'll be a ball. And that one right on that outer edge. And I have just about the perfect angle right now at that outer edge of the plate off the hand of Tristan Wolfe, as I'm just behind the back right shoulder of Gus Freeman. Strike two fouled back off to the left side. Makes it 1-2. But that one was about as perfect as it gets in terms of being right on the edge of the plate. And if I can see that from back here, you know the home plate umpire is right on top of it. Check swing. They will not appeal, so it'll be ball two. And there is strike three called. That one right there looked like it might have been a changeup, and it just had Pearson reeling. He wasn't expecting that at all. It'll be a big out number two, the fifth strikeout of the night from Tristan Wolfe. And it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Brennan Johnson. A swing and a foul ball back off to the left side. Bangs off of the front of the roof and skips over it. So no balls and one strike here. Make it strike two as that one taken on the inner half. And so Johnson in a hole here as he tries to continue the seventh inning in which the Travelers have regained the lead. And he will do exactly that, an 0-2 base hit into right field. And that is the fourth hit of the inning for the Lawrence Travelers. It went double, single, single, strikeout, single. And so now we're back around to the top of the order, and Jojo Nieves.
Now back to the Travelers, number 8, Jojo Nieves.
And Nieves is still looking for his first hit of the night. He is 0 for 3 so far on his old stomping grounds. Takes the ball low and outside. Wolfe just trying to get through this 7th inning. He has done an outstanding job to this point, just allowing the 2 runs right now. And 6 hits, 4 of which coming all in this inning, as ball 2 is just a touch low. But if he can get out of this with just those 2 earned runs, Junction City should feel very confident in their position in this contest if they can get the bats moving a little bit. And there's a ground ball to the right side. Stopped with a slide from Beiswagner, but he throws it away, and that'll bring in a run. Nieves will go down to second and into third. Safely is Johnson. So a costly error brings in the second run of the inning. Nieves reaches on the E4. It was a great stop as Joe Kinderberg slid over to his left, kept the ball in front of him, and had a very good opportunity to make that throw, but of course Jojo Nieves very speedy. So he felt like he had to rush that throw and pulled it off to the right and a little high. Even Casey Stewart and his big frame couldn't go up and get it. And it brings home the 3rd run of the game for Lawrence. So now Ray will come up. So Ray takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-1. Ray came in last inning and he struck out. So that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Blaine Ray in danger of striking out for the 2nd time, but he has a great chance here to extend this lead with 2 runners in scoring position. And he reaches out and pokes this one to the right side, but Kinderberg will chase it down in shallow right field and end the inning. But not before Lawrence tacks 2 on. They get 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 men on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th, a 3-1 lead for the Lawrence Travelers. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Now pitching for the Lawrence Travelers, number 19, Jared Sharp.
So back for the bottom of the 7th, Junction City trailing 3-1, and they'll have a new pitcher to face here as Casey Stewart takes a swing at the first pitch and comes up with a foul ball. So it's we'll make it 1-2. Apparently I missed a pitch as I was writing the new pitcher's name in my scorebook, but Jared Sharp has come on in relief of Chase Torkelson, and Casey Stewart with a leadoff single over to left in the 1-2 count there. So Junction City at least with the start that they were looking for.
Number 22, Garrett Redden.
Brings up Garrett Redden. But Chase Torkelson is in line for quite the outing. 6 innings pitched. 2 hits allowed. Just 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts in the effort. Redden takes a swing at the first pitch and backs it off into the net. But Torkelson, in the early stages, looked like he was going to get rocked around, but found his wheelhouse and just went right after it. But now, Jared Sharp comes in and back-to-back singles into left field, and Junction City will bring the go-ahead run to plate.
Now back to the game.
And that's Joe Kinderberg.
Joe Kinderberg.
And Kinderberg actually made an error in the top half of this inning that led to a couple of runs. So he has a chance here to try and negate that and get it back. 2 on and nobody out. Casey Stewart runs. It's a double steal, but out at second base on the throw is Garrett Redden as Stewart heads into third, but the caught stealing is out number 1. And I think Coach Bacher didn't expect such a good throw from the catcher, as this one is laced into right field. It'll bring home a run off the bat of Kinderberg. A nice and easy swing, so Junction City has gotten at least 1 back. Three straight singles with 1 out now on that caught stealing. But as I was saying, I don't think Coach Bacher expected such a good throw from Ham, as he's been kind of shaken up. He took a pitch that bounced off of the ground and into his face mask, and it really rung his bell an inning ago. So I think Bacher was just trying to test him a little bit, and he passed the test with flying colors. As now Jace Essig is behind 0-2 after that swing and a miss. Oh, 2 pitch is slapped over to the left side and foul. Kinderberg was running. We'll have to jog back over to the first base bag. Junction City will take on this very same Lawrence team tomorrow, as Essig fans at that one for a strikeout, and that's out number 2. And the first K of the night for Jared Sharp. These two teams will play in Lawrence tomorrow, or at the next level center just between Topeka and Lawrence, just off of I-70. Kinderberg started out towards second, and he had to stop in his tracks or he would have been cooked, and somehow bailed back to first in time. Lost his sliding mitt in the meantime. But after tomorrow, when these two teams meet, they'll come back here to Junction City for the 3rd game of the series. Saturday night, 7 o'clock, right here at Raythert Field. Part of a very busy weekend in Junction City is a sharp grounder right up the middle. Is a 2-out base hit for Thomas Beiswagner. Brings up the top of the order in Cade Graff. So the tying run is potentially just 1 swing of the bat away. But we will have a brief pause, and we may have a pitching change here. The whole infield's going to come in and chat. Again, 2 outs and runners on first and second for for Cade Graff after the Beiswagner hit. But in Junction City, as I was saying a moment ago, this is a very busy weekend. 4th of July is a big-time holiday here in JC. Sundown Salute always gets a big draw with the Freedom Run on Saturday morning. That'll kick off around 7:30 a.m. And then at 10, the Salute to Service Parade starting at Junction City High School, and it'll run up Eisenhower to 6th Street and all the way down 6th Street in front of our KJCK offices towards Heritage Park. And then at noon in Heritage Park, you'll have the Veterans Memorial Service. It's a nice, very patriotic setting for a town that is so attached to the military. And then, of course, Saturday night, you'll have the car show from 3 to 6 at the Bird Dog Saloon. And then a couple of cover bands out in the Bird Dog Saloon parking lot as well. And, of course, fireworks and the whole gambit as well. And, of course, at 7 o'clock, you can come out here to Raythard Field, take in the third game of this series. 0-1 pitch here from Sharp to Graff. They throw, snap back to second, and they didn't get him. And Jojo Nieves is very animated. He is very sure they got the base runner in Joe Kinderberg, who was just getting a little too healthy of a lead after the pitch. So Ham snapped through back to the bag, tried to wipe him clean, and perhaps a beneficial call for the Brigade. The very next pitch, a ground ball over to shortstop, and Dagan Brady will make the play. And so, as they say, ball don't lie. The 6-3 putout ends the frame, but Junction City gets one back. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 men on base. We head now to the 8th, and a 3-2 lead for the Lawrence Travelers. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Keating Chiropractic. Dr. Mitch Keating, the official Brigade Chiropractic sports physician. Just a reminder, fans, please return all foul balls to the concession stand for approved menu items. Now pitching for the Brigade, number 12, Drake Seisman.
4 and 5. So Jackson Reckow, Austin Ham, and Dagan Brady in the top of inning number 8. The first pitch from Drake Sizemore is slapped into shallow center, and it'll be down for a base hit. Wasn't super solid contact, but it was a base hit all the same. It's the second of the game for Jackson Reckow.
Now back to the Travelers, number 20, Austin Ham.
And it brings up Austin Ham. Ham, so far tonight, 0 for 3. He's been struck out once. He comes up with nobody out and a runner on first, trying to extend the lead for the Travelers here this evening. He'll show bunt and go after a pitch high. Comes up empty for a strike, and he's visibly frustrated after that one. Probably should have pulled it back, but went after it and came up empty. Pickoff try over towards first. Back in plenty of time is Reckow. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. A big, long swing from Austin Ham that time. And he was just a little bit behind the fastball. Drake Sizemore out of Ardmore, Oklahoma. Currently playing his college baseball at Butler County Community College. Oh-2 pitch, just a bit low. It was right on the edge of that outside corner, but just a touch low, it would appear. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes for Ham. 1-2 delivery is smashed foul. Never had a chance, but it did get hit a mile. So it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sizemore with a quick look over towards first base, and now he'll work from the stretch. Leaves a breaking ball outside, taking the whole way there was Austin Ham. I don't think he was going to fall for a little bit of a waste pitch like that one, trying to get him reaching. Another throw over towards first base, not in time. Two-2 pitch again, floated and a little bit outside, so now the count is worked full. And Austin Ham has put together a pretty solid AB here. Sizemore looking for the first out of the inning. Runner goes, pitch swung on and missed for a strikeout, and it looks like we may have some interference possibly, as Ham swung and missed and ran into the catcher Gus Freeman. And that's exactly what's going to be called. So it'll be catcher's interference, and so the runner will have to go back to the dugout. So a costly little mistake there. They'll call it a caught stealing on the interference for that out. And then, of course, the K on Ham. So technically, 2 outs and a double play, but a rather unorthodox one. So that brings up Dagan Brady, who doubled and scored back in the 7th. As Sizemore's trying to get out of this without allowing a run. Pulls the pitch well outside in the dirt. Makes it 3-0. First pitch of this inning was laced into right field for a base hit. But the Butler County Grizzly has rallied nicely, getting those 2 outs on the previous play. Now he delivers a strike here, and it's 3-1. And a swing and a miss at that heater right down the pipe. And the count goes full. Nicely done there. And we'll see if Drake Sizemore goes right back at Brady. That one is fisted foul, just barely grabbing a piece of that one. And fisting it foul back into the screen. Keeps us at 3-2. Payoff pitch once again. Outside and ball 4, so a 2-out walk. Dagan Brady, a nice at bat there, gets himself back on base.
Now batting for the Travelers, number 16, Andrew Rance.
That brings up Andrew Rance, who came on in the 7th and singled. Looking for another one here. Sizemore leaves that one outside. So 1-0. And this time it's too far inside, almost ran in and hit Rance. And it's 2-0. So Sizemore behind the hitter once again. This time left it upstairs. So too far outside, too far inside, too far upstairs. We'll see if he can find the zone here at the 3-0 count. And he sure can. So 3-1, taking the whole way with Rance. Sitting dead red. But now a very favorable hitter's count once again. It's 3-1. And Sizemore leaves ball 4 upstairs. Back-to-back walks here with 2 down. And that will bring up perhaps the most dangerous Traveler so far.
Number 23, Hank Dobson.
Hank Dobson. Dobson is 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a double, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored tonight. He has been the do-it-all player for the Travelers. As the lights have kicked on and Coach Bacher gets a quick meeting out of the way. So Dobson will step in again, batting from the left side. Brigade fans getting a little bit restless. Looking for an out. Trying to get themselves a chance to come back up to bat. Down only 1. And the first pitch is high and tight on Dobson. Sizemore just struggling with his command here, it would seem. Still 2 down and a 3-2 ball game. Just needs 1 here. And the breaking ball in the outer corner. In for a strike, evens it at 1-1. So perhaps that could get him some confidence just to see one right in the zone. And he just needs to put one in there that Dobson goes after. Let his defense do the work here. And a big swing from Dobson there makes it 1-2. So now he's the one in control, and he hasn't had that much here in this inning. A single and 2 walks. Got a strikeout and a catcher's interference to wipe the leadoff single off base on the stolen base attempt. The 1-2 pitch here is just outside and low. Evens the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Hit high in the air out towards center. Beiswagner is back, and he will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So nothing comes of a rather sticky situation. No runs on one hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Lawrence leading 3-2. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
And the Junction City Fire Association, Local 3309.
Hey guys, we got our last game today. We've got Sage and Davin ready to play, and they're going to play the Dizzy Bag. So. Okay, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, run. And Davin won.
Now back to the Brigade, number 5, Gus Freeman.
3-2, the Lawrence Travelers lead it as we head into the bottom of the 8th. It's crunch time here. Gus Freeman steps up to lead off the frame. He's been the spark plug for a lot of Junction City wins this season, including this past Saturday. He had a 2 RBI double to walk off the win against Topeka last week. And he goes first pitch hacking here and fouls it off to the left side. Jared Sharp is the pitcher out in the middle of the infield here. Strike on the outer edge delivered there. Actually, the stat sheet still says it's Jared Sharp. However, I am not convinced that's the case because the pitcher now is a lefty. So perhaps just a statistician's error there. The 1-2 is outside and it makes it 2-2. Regardless, we do know Gus Freeman is in the batter's box. So we'll focus on him for now. The Cowley Tiger. Two delivery, and he grounds one over towards third. Low throw, skipped up, and it can't be caught by the first baseman, Dobson. As Reckow's throw was just too low. So that'll likely be scored an error. I'll call it an E5. I'll be brave enough to do it. So a leadoff error brings up Price Allman, and so now the go-ahead run is at the plate for the Brigade. First pitch swing, and just a bit behind it was Allman, first base coach. Down there, Garrett Francis makes a barehanded grab off the hop, impresses some fans and myself included. 0-1 pitch, grounded through the right side and into the outfield. Freeman's going to chug around to third, and the ball is misplayed, and so Allman will go over to second. Now the play at the plate is safe, and so one miscue leads into several extra bases, and this game is tied. Wow. So we'll call that an E9. It was a base hit to right for Price Allman, and he went over to second on the error because the right fielder, Mitchell, or rather, The right fielder, Ray, I should say, he came in to replace Mitchell, misplayed the ground ball. He just tried to scoop it up and came up empty, and it scooted behind him 5 or 10 feet. And so Allman moved up to second, and at that time, Gus Freeman was just standing on third base, and by the time he noticed, you got to give him credit because he just chugged right on home and slid in safely ahead of the throw to tie the game at 3. And now the Brigade have a runner on second and nobody out here coming on and a chance to potentially win this game. First pitch from Hannah is foul, tipped off of the glove of Austin Ham. It'll be a strike. Dalton Nelson, so far today, is hitless. He has struck out twice and also ground out to shortstop. Takes a breaking ball low and inside. Evens the count at 1-1. The good news here for Dalton Nelson is the pressure is really off. He doesn't have to come up with a big hit. He's got a runner in scoring position and nobody out. So as long as he can put it in play and move the runner over one base, he's done his job. He will ground the ball right up the middle, and he'll do exactly that. Throwing on the run is the shortstop, Dagan Brady. Moving over to third is Price Allman, and that's the productive out that the Brigade were looking for. 6-3 on the fielder's choice, and so now a sacrifice fly from Casey Stewart can really put the Brigade ahead. It doesn't have to be anything special. Ground ball off to the right side, a base hit, of course. But at a 3-3 tie, Stewart has a chance to put the Brigade on top. Takes a breaking ball that just misses a little bit low. Tried to get Stewart to go after it, and he holds off. And the 1-0, similar pitch, just misses once again. So Maverick Hanna behind 2-0 to Casey Stewart. And Casey, the Washburn Ichabod, has some home run power, so he's looking for that hard fastball to go after, and he got it there, but just missed it, fouled it straight back and out of play. But his eyes got big, and you could see it from here that he just took that big swing, looking to leave no doubt on that one. Just came up a little bit short. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, that's in there, evens the count at 2-2, and Stewart steps out and kind of shrugs his shoulders. Not a lot you can do about that one. Just tip your cap to the pitcher and step back in. 2-2 is fought off and fouled away again. So we got a battle brewing here. Stewart trying to put something in play that can get Allman home from third. As Hanna comes set. That's fouled off to the right side once again. Everybody gets settled. We'll do it again. Pitch coming from Hanna. Cuts inside, just misses the shoulder of Stewart, and also in the same stride, just misses the strike zone. That was a beautiful curveball that just misses on the inner half, and the count goes full. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. Stewart comes out of the box lobbying his case, but he's not going to get any favors from the home plate umpire as Maverick Hanna gets a massive strikeout, and now there's 2 gone for Garrett Redden. Garrett Garrett, Garrett, as I said a moment ago, has a big spot now. He has to come up with a base hit to put the Brigade on top. And he'll take a pitch here that misses low, 1-0. Stewart needed to put one in play. Didn't like the location of it. Thought it was inside. That time didn't get the benefit of the call. So now Redden will have to be selective and try and drive something into the outfield to give the Brigade a 4-3 lead. But as it stands now, we are tied at 3. After Junction City gave up 2 in the top of the 7th. But 1 in the 7th for the Brigade and 1 in the 8th here so far. As Redden swings and misses at 1 in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Hannah shakes off his catcher, now finds his pitch selection. 2-1 pitch here. Just a touch low, it's 3-1. So Hannah, flirting with disaster a little bit, puts Redden in the perfect hitter's count. 3-1 pitch. Outside ball 4. So no harm, no foul, I guess, if you are Maverick Hannah there. Garrett Redden will head down to first base because the important run is on third. The game is tied. There's 2 outs. That runner doesn't necessarily matter. So a walk isn't the worst thing. At least you didn't put one right down the plate and see Redden hit one to Freeman Field out past left. So now Joe Kinderberg steps up and he'll take a strike. And this is the all-important batter now. Kinderberg tonight, 1 for 3. He singled as that one skips away. Allman thought about coming home, but it didn't get far enough away from the catcher Ham for him to give that a try. Everybody stays put, and it's 1-1. Redden over on first. We'll see if he moves. He's been caught stealing once today already. As a breaking ball taken for strike 2, and Kinderberg falls behind. Hannah comes set. There goes Redden. Pitches in the strike zone on the upper half. Kinderberg sent down looking, and the Brigade strand the go-ahead run at third base. They come up with 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and they leave 2 on base. We head now to the 9th, knotted in a 3-3 tie. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Now pitching for the Brigade, number 28, Zach Ebert. Ben Cordova.
Zach Ebert coming on for the Brigade to try and shut the door here in the top of the ninth. Delivers a strike to Ben Cordova. And it's quickly 0-2. Cordova comes on in place of Chase Pearson. And he takes a ball just missing here. Cordova out of Barton County Community College in Topeka, Kansas. Ebert is a Kansas State Wildcat by way of Johnson County Community College and Washburn Rural High School. Ebert is a Wildcat. Two-two pitch here, outside, and well outside at that. The previous pitch, he tried to get Cordova to go after it. This time, I think he just missed. And strike three called on that upper inside corner, and Ebert gets Cordova looking for out number one. That's his first strikeout.
Travelers, number 17, Brennan Johnson.
First pitch to Brennan Johnson. Just misses. That one swung on and missed. 1-1. Throw on to first there. And the play made in plenty of time as I'm looking at Zach Ebert's bio. And he just continues to truck along, not really working me much time to find information on him as he's making one of his first appearances as a Brigade member. But that makes two down in the inning here in the top of the ninth. Johnson grounded out to third there. First pitch to the top of the order, and Jojo Nieves is fouled off. 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, scooped up by Gus Freeman. That'll make it 1-1. Junction City in the bottom of the ninth will have 8, 9, and 1. So that's Essig, Beiswagner, and Graff. So pretty good spot in your order. Trying to walk one off, but first you got to get out of this. Nieves 0 for 4. He reached on a walk, or on an error, I should say, in the seventh inning. And he foul tips that one into the glove of Freeman for strike two. And the 2-2 pitch coming from Ebert. Swung on and missed. A second strikeout of the frame. And the Travelers come up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head now to the bottom of the ninth in a 3-3 tie. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Brigade hold the Travelers scoreless, heading into the bottom of the ninth. Game is tied 3-3. Come back out to Rathert Stadium on Saturday, July 3rd for our next home game at 7 p.m.
Back for the bottom of the 9th here at Raythert Field in Junction City. I'm Jackson Schneider, and this has been a dandy. If you're just joining us, each team scratched one off in the 3rd inning, and then in the top of the 7th, the Travelers score 2. Junction City answers with 1 in the bottom of the 7th and 1 in the bottom of the 8th to tie it, but they left the go-ahead runner on 3rd base. So we're knotted up after Zach Ebert's scoreless top of the 9th. And the Brigade will try and walk it off here. If not, we could be in store for some free baseball. Jace Essig to lead it off, and he'll take the first pitch low for ball 1. Jace still in search of his first hit tonight. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Takes a breaking ball in for a strike here. And it's 1-1. And a big swing there. He tried to end it on one cut. Comes up empty, and it's 1-2. And actually, that's Jackson Jones. As I show my poor preparation, Jackson Jones comes in to replace Jace Essig. And I notice as he swings, it grounds it out to 3rd base. So there's 1 away. Apologies to Jackson. I think for somebody with my same name, I'd be more apt to notice that that wasn't Jace Essig in the box. That brings up Thomas Beiswagner, though. And he takes a strike on the outer edge. Maverick Hanna has come on in the last inning or so now. Kind of halted all of the momentum that the Brigade have gotten, or had gotten, off of the previous pitcher. That was Jared Sharp. That pitch comes inside, so much so it actually goes behind Thomas Beiswagner, but it does not hit him. So 2 balls and 1 strike. That one does run up and hit him. Beiswagner flings his bat, and he is quite unhappy after a couple of pitches run up and in. The home plate umpire actually getting in front of Beiswagner, making sure he doesn't go after Maverick Hanna. But I'm not sure that was intentional. They were just working him inside. But it wouldn't make any sense if that was intentional from Hanna, because now you've put the winning run on base.
Number 7, Cade Graff.
And you've done it for the top of the order in Cade Graff, who leads the Mid-Plains League in quality at bats, which is a pretty good statistic to have in your back pocket in a situation like this. Graff takes a strike here. Actually, of the Mid-Plains League top 5 in quality at bats, 3 of them are Brigade. And that one's fouled off into the screen on the right side, 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes And that one is upstairs, 1-2 now. Quality at bat, though, if you're wondering, is any plate appearance that results in a positive outcome. And that one misses, and the runner down to second in plenty of time as the throw skips away. So now the winning run in Thomas Beiswagner is in scoring position here. But a quality at bat can result in a hard hit ball, a walk, or a base hit just like that down the left field line. Coming in to score is Beiswagner, and the Junction City Brigade have won it here tonight. Cade Graff laces one past the third baseman and down the line in left. And Junction City wins it 4-3. They came back from down 3-1, scoring one in each of the last 3 innings, and they win it here tonight. Junction City improves to 12-7 on the season and maintains its first place status in the Mid-Plains League. We'll take a quick timeout and wrap things up in a moment. You're watching Junction City Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com. Welcome back to Raythard Field here in Junction City. The Brigade victorious tonight in walk-off fashion. Its second consecutive win and its second consecutive walk-off. Tonight, the leadoff hitter, Cade Graff, the Mid-Plains League leader in quality at-bats, comes up and laces an RBI single down the left field line for the win, and they win it over the Lawrence Travelers 4-3. Just to go through the final stats here tonight, the winning pitcher for the Brigade will be Tristan Wolfe. He goes 7 innings, allows 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk on 5 strikeouts. Or actually, correction, it will actually, as I go through it, will go to Zach Ebert, not Tristan Wolfe. Tristan Wolfe gets a quality start. Apologies there. So Zach Ebert pitches 1 inning, strikes out 2 in the top of the 9th. He gets the win. Wolfe goes 7 to start the game and gets no decision. Drake Sizemore goes an inning, gets a no decision, allows 1 hit, 2 walks, and a strikeout, but no runs. The losing pitcher tonight for the Lawrence Travelers is Maverick Hanna. He goes 1 1/3, allows 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, walked 1, and struck out 2. For Junction City, the big bats came up when it mattered. Gus Freeman tonight, 2 for 3, with a sacrifice RBI mixed in there as well. He also scored 1 run tonight. Cade Graff was just 1 for 5. But that 1 hit was the RBI single that won it. Tonight, Thomas Beiswagner was 2 for 3. He scored 2 runs. Joe Kinderberg, 1 for 4 with an RBI. He struck out twice. Garrett Redden, 1 for 3 with a walk. Casey Stewart, 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. So Junction City wins this one as they get 4 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Lawrence, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Again, Junction City improves to 12-7 on the season. They stay in first place in the Mid-Plains League, while Lawrence drops this one and they fall to 5-13 on the season. And we'll look for a win against these Brigade tomorrow night. These same 2 teams will square off tomorrow in Lawrence before coming back here on Saturday night to Rayford Field. That game will start off at 7 o'clock right here. Our next broadcast will be Thursday, July 12th, when the Junction City Brigade take on the Kansas City Monarchs. I'm Jackson Schneider for Junction City Post and for KJCK Radio. I am signing off. We'll see you next time from Rayford Field here on jcpost.com.